Hey everybody, back in the paint booth again. As you can see, everything is now in white epoxy sealer. Everything has one wet coat of sealer on it, front and back. I'm gonna start putting my base down. There's so much to do with all the pieces exploded like this. The base is gonna have to go down in a couple days. I'm going to edge everything right now. I'll do the edge here on the rear fenders that sit up against the body. Maybe shoot the inside. I'm going to shoot the inside, the hard top and all the edges. And like I said, I'm going to hit the underside of the body. So the whole underside will get done in base. Hopefully today. Then I can clear the bottom, start attaching things, put it on a different cart. You know, when you think you have a big enough paint booth, everything kind of crowds you in here. Underside of the hood's going to get done. I'm going to edge the fenders. I'm going to get that backside red right there before I put them on our fender jig. So the base, like I say, is going to have to happen in a couple days. This is not like, you know, a car or a truck that rolls in the booth. It's all together and you could shoot the whole thing. This is everything inside, outside, underneath. Every panel needs to be painted inside and out. A lot of the hard top stuff, like this corner panel, this is going to have a panel on it. On both sides. I'm not sure what I'm making the panels out of yet, but it's going to have a panel on it, maybe some insulation in there. But I still want it red in there, just in case something doesn't get covered. I don't want it funny looking. So everything's going to get a coat of base. Well, there'll be 2 coats of base, but it's going to happen over a couple days. Then we'll begin on the assembly, then we'll begin on the clear. So it's been a long road to get here, and we're going to mix up some base and start squirting some red. Okay guys, that was my first cup of material. Just doing the back side of everything. There's the inside of the back panel, the hard top. There's the inside of the hard top. This is just one coat. I might lay another coat over it. Here's the inside of the corner pieces for the hard top. Door hinge adapters. Have not laid anything on the body yet. Got the fenders edged. Got the inside of the hood with one coat. And it's laying down nice. We've got some new filters in the booth. I vacuumed the floor before we started. Good clean intake filters, and blew everything off and tacked it down. We're going to try and go after the underside of the body next. I'll see if I can get the camera set up so you can see the red going down. We're not going to try and cover everything in one coat. I think you might be able to see. It's kind of see-through right now. You don't want to lay it on too heavy in one coat. We want to do 2 coats on everything. Maybe 3, depending on what it looks like, but definitely 2 coats. Don't try and cover it in your first coat. You'll just get in trouble. This stuff is hard to run, but if you try and cover in one coat, you will run it. And that's not what we're after. So we're going to concentrate on the body next. And like I said, we're not going to flip anything today. We're just doing the underside. And then tomorrow we'll start assembling. Okay guys, this is what I'm using to spray. This is my Iwata base gun. Get you in there if I can. This is my dedicated base gun. I've got a 1.3 nozzle on there. I'm spraying about My regulator here is has got my main air pressure down to about 26 psi. Between 26 and 28 psi is where I like to be. This stuff is spraying out perfectly at 26, so we're going to leave it there, and we'll go out and we'll get that body attack next. Okay guys, here is what I'm spraying today. This is the SPI base coat. Dark red base. So it's a 1-to-1 mix. You got your base and your urethane reducer. And if you can see, that's a slow reducer. I always use the slowest reducer I can. It's just creeping up on about 60 degrees, and normally you'd use a faster reducer, but when you're shooting this base, use the slowest reducer you can, and just give it a little bit more time between coats. So you got a 1-to-1 mix with your base and your reducer, and then you got to activate it. And again, using slow activator. This is the universal clear, which is going over this. So you're going to take a quart mix. It's going to be, well, not quite a quart. When I mix 1-to-1 in the cup, it's 24 ounces. So you're going to take and add a shot glass of the universal activator to activate your base. 1 ounce basically. So you're gonna go 1-to-1 on that cup. Like I say, it's 24 ounces, and then you just add 1 ounce and stir it, strain it, put it in your gun, and shoot it. Now, I just sprayed 6 cups, and we've got a sea of red here. Everything does not have 2 coats on it. Okay, the underside of the body has 2 coats, the outside has 1 coat. The underside of the doors and the hard top pieces have 2 coats. The fenders over there, the rear fenders, have 2 coats on the underside. Okay, now we're going to flip this and we're going to clear the bottom. Okay, and then we'll get the bottom completely finished, change carts, and then bolt the rear fenders on and start getting the hard top pieces bolted together. That hard top roof is very heavy. I can't manage that alone, so I'm going to have to wait till I get some help for that. We could get boogieing on the fenders now that we got them edged. Underside of the hood has 2 coats on it. So working around fresh paint is always tricky. So like I say, the hard top pieces will go together once I get an extra set of hands here to help me with that. We'll get everything bolted together, and then we will go ahead with the base. We'll get everything on here. We'll do the outside of the doors, we'll do the top of the hard top roof, we'll do the inside again, we'll do the outside a couple more times. So there's still a lot of work to do, but this right here was 6 cups worth of material, and with a gallon, because you're mixing 1-to-1, you get 2 gallons out of it, plus another 8 ounces because you're putting that you know, the activator in there. So you get quite a bit of base. 1 gallon will really go a long way. You have, like I say, 2 sprayable gallons, and we're probably going to use every bit of it. So I'm going to clean the gun, leave the booth now, let everything just sit in here. Depending where the temperature goes today, I might turn the heat on a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't think it needs it just yet, but I'm not sure what the day is going to bring. So we'll jump out of here, clean the gun, and I'll meet you back in the shop. Okay guys, we're out of the paint booth, back in the shop. I thought I was going to get a chance to wash Hal's engine again. When I got his engine, there was a lot of corrosion. There was a lot of bugs just packed right in all these valve areas, and it was severely rusted. So I cleaned it one time, I wasn't happy with it, cleaned it again, and I think I got all the junk out of there now. Hal's engine's just about ready to go back together now. Crank is back, everything is here, and just one more good washing. It decided to start raining today. It's pouring out there right now. I'm not going to take it out and wash it today. Looks better for tomorrow. We'll start getting this finished up. And there's this transmission transfer case and overdrive, bell housing. All that's going to go together. But I got to get the engine together first, and hopefully this will be the last time that we got to clean these areas out. They were just a disaster. So should be the final wash before assembly. Okay guys, as we're doing a little bit of engine moving around here, I've got the V6 sitting up on the bench, and I've got just about everything on it, but I'm going after right now is the flywheel and the clutch. I just put the starter in there. I wanted to check for a bind, see if I need to shim that. It looks very good now. I don't think I'll need to shim that, but I like to check them if I have the chance. Pilot bearing has to go in. These have to get torqued. I just wanted to check the fit of the clutch. This is a new flywheel. The larger V8 flywheels, the earlier ones, have too big a bolt circle. They won't fit. So you need the smaller one when you're doing a GM 4.3 conversion. So I've got some ARP bolts. I've got some ARP pressure plate bolts, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to get this on today, but I'll show you that going together. I tried the bell housing. Everything fits good. I do have to make one dowel for right there. I don't know what happened. It was missing. And see the other one on that side. So we just got to make one of those. But that's going together. Bell housing fits perfectly like I thought it was gonna. 465 is on the bench. I still haven't done that yet. I've got a load of transmissions to get through before I rebuild that 465. But here's the engine as it sits right now. I have the motor mounts bolted to it, and we'll put this in the startup frame, and when we go to start it up, we'll get these mounts figured out. But that guy's got to get mated to the transmission and moved out of here. I've got some other engines that need to go in its place, so trying to get this one more parts on it to to get everything in one place. Okay guys, getting kind of late in the day. Just about ready to call it quits. Just snuck in the paint booth again to see how things are drying. Everything is looking very good. And tomorrow we will get back on this early in the morning and see what we can get done. But all the inside and back painting and stuff that we did looks fantastic. So we will get back on this and start shooting some clear and get the underside done, and start putting the parts together. So we'll call it quits today, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.